without actually doing renvers, see if, because this horse has done circles for years and years and years and years, see if you can trick him on a right-hand 10 or 15 meter circle into getting that feel where he pushed against the ground and pushed up. And then you see how much of a right flexion, or well, I don't know if you get right bend, you can get before it goes flat. And you'll feel the difference if you can get the, and I think of it as probably bringing the shoulders over the top of the right rear. I don't want to push the rump out, per se, beyond the circle, because then he won't have any leg to hold him up. He just got better again. Do you feel it? And then you say, now, how do I make this, because it looks like absolute alignment. It doesn't look like you're bent left or bent right. It looks absolutely straight, which is what we're looking for, yes? Now, how do I make this, how do I make people think I'm actually doing a right circle? Well, that would be probably riding, in your mind, at least absolute alignment, or whatever you're renvers, whatever you're riding, from the midpoint of his neck back to his tail, and faking out a right flexion by pushing the left ear forward, at which point he will immediately pop his left shoulder, and you're like, oh, I just need 2 hands and 4 legs here. I can get this done. This is good trot, yes? Very good quality. Hopefully not because he's hanging on a rein. Super. It's, and you can tell because of the, I don't know if you want to call it manufactured balance or manufactured gait, the improvement in the gait. And go left now, reverse, go the other direction. Let's see what he does. So, yay, he has the ability to push against the ground and push himself up if he hasn't retracted his poll horribly or gone off and done weird stuff. Yep, and good on your bounce too. And then we always like to say, well, it'll be just the same correction this direction. And you're like, yeah, wouldn't that be easy? Don't count on it, though. 10 meter circle when ready. So you ride it as you normally would with left flexion and whatever else you can think of. As soon as he finishes pooping, we'll be able to see what he's actually going to do. Good boy. The second half of the circle was a bit trickier because he actually bulged his right shoulder right hair too much for the up thrust alignment, or whatever we want to call this, the ability for him to push against the ground, tighten his pecs, lift his shoulder girdle. So you may have to think, okay, I'm going to do renvers. I mean, I can do renvers, and then I can undo the renvers a little bit. But you may actually have to go all the way to renvers again for him to go, whoa, somebody just changed the puppet strings here. And it may be that if he goes all the way to renvers, he'll go, oh goody, I can fall in left shoulder again. Because we know his history. He likes his left shoulder. In which case you have to say, well, then not quite that much, dear. Better moments, yes? Yep. Good boy. And still see neck muscles. Good boy. Looks like a normal left circle. You and I both know you're doing lots of other stuff, yes? Good boy. Now, will he do a rising trot stretchy circle? Let's give it a try, because that's a lot of compression for him. I think it feels good now, Mom. Oop, can't trot, but it feels good.
If I want to kick myself in the nose.
Good boy. It's supposed to feel good, you tell him. Some horses like this, and then pick him up together again. Good boy. And also we do that to keep the length or the stretch of the musculature that we'll need for medium and extension. It's all good and well that we can stand him up on a different set of puppet strings, but we still have to go, yeah, but there's also length. Yep, take him down alongside. And someday all the trots will match. All right, 3-loop serpentine width of arena trot, doing, if necessary, whatever version of renvers you need, or don't need. Don't do it then. Go by Is it, and it's a different feeling, is it taller in the withers? Is it more deliberate? Is it, I always think when it's right, it feels like there's like a helium balloon between his front legs holding his chest up or something. I don't know. I have all these different, depending on the horse. Donzi's at least not dragging me into the subsurface with his withers then. Shoulder in down the rail. I don't care if it looks like a shoulder in. I care that he keeps the same balance. I guess balance is the best word. So it may not bend at all. It may do renvers. What it has to do is it has to push against the ground with its shoulder girdle and prop its withers up. Yes. Perfectly adequate, yes? Diagonal towards the medium. I care about tempo, and I care that he keeps his, oops, I care that he keeps his chest up. And we know he's too eager. He always has been. A good compromise on your part. Next diagonal again. Because first of all, he has to, like, not retract his pole. And then you're like, well, a bridging contact would have been even better. All right, it's a good compromise. It is, the tempo is adequate, down the rail, shoulder in, and you'd say, this needs that feeling of a light and airy withers, or some people think it goes down behind. I don't know if it does or not. It sure goes up in the chest and up in the withers when it's correct. Yeah, good boy. Diagonal towards your medium again. And someday he'll allow you to keep that connection as you say, interesting corner, as you say, oh, right there, no bigger. Good boy. He's a little bit low in the left hind. It's minuscule, but it's there. Shoulder in. Watch your tendency to get onto your crotch. When in doubt, bring your belly button back to your spine a bit more and do a pelvic tilt. How is it?
Feels good.
I like it, yeah. Medium walk when ready.
I always think those are trick questions out of you.
No, it was lovely. I just want to know if it felt as good as it
You're like, how
looked.
is it? I'm like, I got a 50-50 chance.
No, it was nice. Because remember, talented riders can make it look good when it's really icky.
I'm not that talented.
Oh, yes, you are. I mean, it looked lovely, and I'm thinking, gosh, does this feel as good as it looks?
Yeah, it felt really good, so if you're going to say it wasn't, I was going to be so disappointed.
It was not a trick question. Did they build up so cheap with normal saddle pads? And they're great because you chose them off in a dry boot. Or you can use them as a back mat if you don't like it. Or a doormat. I mean, they were doormats originally. All right, when you're ready, go trot again. See if we can find this trot again. So I was struck right off the bat by the lesser, and this is a good thing, bottom neck muscle. Wow. Don't always see definition on each side of the windpipe, but top muscle in evidence, and the appearance, at least, of a reasonable working connection, which is a big deal for you, because that's kind of lifelong for him. So consider the renvers on a big figure that nobody can see, like a big circle-y thingy. And then as soon as you think, oh, I think the withers have come up, you're like, then I'll start making it look like people would expect it to look like on a right hand, something or other. Yep. Because ideally, the ability to rotate his skull, or the top third of his neck, should be independent of what's happening from the top third of his neck to his tail. We know it's not, but that's what should be. You should be able to go, I'd like your left nostril, and I'm doing this other stuff with the rest of your body. Remember in this, your right rein is your outside rein at the moment, or towards the outside rein. And we've talked to Cantor about putting him through to one rein or through to the other rein. Maybe that's all you're doing at trot. I'm not sure. But thought. Because we know what he'd like to be, live on the left rein. Good. Now, he should be able from this trot to step into right lead canter, but expect him to be a bit surprised.